because white people, they're allowed to be Republicans, white people, they're allowed to be Democrats. You don't see their peers vilifying them for having these thoughts. But if you are black and you decide, oh, I want to vote for Donald Trump, or oh, I want to vote for I can't think of another Republican right now, but you know, I want to vote for Donald Trump, I support Donald Trump, then you're automatically an Uncle Tom, you're automatically a coon, you're coconut, like just all these creative names. Hey everyone, welcome back to Abrasive Youth. It's Moji here. For today's video, I just wanted to talk about Candace Owens. So if you guys are not aware of who Candace Owens is, she's basically like the new voice of the Black conservatives movement, and she's also the founder of Blexit.
One more here, because I wanted to get to know you before you came on, and I'm really interested in your perspective because I think you're a fascinating person.
Thank you.
There was another tweet that said the Democratic Party is comprised of racist white liberals.
That is correct.
Am I a racist white liberal?
Well, let's go back, and let's say, I will say this, that many people in the party are not aware of their own racism. Let's go back to an early part of this conversation where you said to me, are you concerned about the color in the White House? Why would you ask me that question?
Because you speak about black issues.
No, but why would you ask me? But let's get to really the nucleus of this. Why did you ask me that question today?
Because I'm
why did you feel that I
interested in
needed to be
perspective.
concerned about that?
Because you're bringing a whole group of young African-American leaders to the White House.
Okay, so this is something that I talk about often, is that in many ways, white liberals don't realize that you put on that, the racism and the conversations that we have.
So you're saying I'm a racist?
You haven't let me finish my statement. You keep cutting me off.
Go ahead.
Okay? The emphasis that you place is always on having a discussion about race, okay? You guys are insistent on having a conversation about race and telling us that we should see, and implying that we should see race everywhere, and I don't agree with that. If you don't look at me according to the color of my skin, you would simply ask me how I thought that Trump was doing as a president. But instead, you try to drum up a conversation that's surrounded by race.
She originally started her YouTube channel to, you know, show the hypocrisy of the leftist movement. So today, basically, I just wanted to discuss a bit, my thoughts on conservatism in general, like Candace Owens and the Blexit movement. So if you guys are not aware of what the Blexit movement is, it's coined from the term Brexit, which is Britain leaving the European Union, the European Union, and Blexit is kind of coined from that, and it's just black people exiting the Democratic Party to, you know, show that there's another voice out there for black people, and that, you know, Democrats you don't always have to vote Democrat if you are black, and that also you know, black people, they're not a monolith, and they don't all have the same voice. And I really appreciate this movement, even though a lot of people hate black conservatives and they hate the rhetoric that black conservatives say, just because most black conservatives that you see in the media, they're Trump supporters, and people hate Trump so much that they are willing to, you know, call people that support Trump all sorts of names, especially black people that support Trump. They are going to call them coons, they call them Uncle Toms, they call them just a whole bunch of disgusting names. And the reason they do this is because, you know, they are so brainwashed by the rhetoric that the media spews that they are willing to, you know, talk bad about their own people. They're willing to divide themselves within their race. I'm saying they as if I'm not black, but I am clearly. So, you know, I just want to talk a bit about that. So when it comes to black conservatism, my thoughts on black conservatism, I honestly love it. I really like that there is another voice out there that is speaking for black people. So when it comes to black people in general, people automatically assume that if you're black, you're a Democrat, and that you have to vote for Democratic policies, you have to vote for Democratic candidates, you know, you have to automatically vote for Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama when they were running. So to have this other voice out there that is saying that, no, you do not have to be a Democrat if you're a black, you do not have to vote this type of way, you don't have to think this type of way. I really appreciate that, because at the bottom line is, black people are the most American people in the land. Black people have, the lighting's changing, guys, so yeah, black people have been in America forever. They will be in America forever. They are Americans. So to have this voice out there that is saying that you are American and you have the option to either vote Republican or Democrat, I totally support that. I don't think that black people, they should all vote the same way. And if you do feel a type of way and you want to vote another way, the fact that you could potentially lose friends, you could potentially lose family members because you think a certain way, I think that is totally unfair. Because white people, they're allowed to be Republicans, white people, they're allowed to be Democrats. You don't see their peers vilifying them for having these thoughts. But if you are black and you decide, oh, I want to vote for Donald Trump, or oh, I want to vote for I can't think of another Republican right now, but you know, I want to vote for Donald Trump, I support Donald Trump, then you're automatically an Uncle Tom, you're automatically a coon, you're coconut, like just all these creative names. But you know, just have this other voice out there that is saying you are allowed, you are entitled to your opinion, you're American too, you're the most American that there is, and you should be entitled to having your own opinions, whereas you don't need to be confined to this group. I love that. So just to spread this message that, you know, you don't need to ask the government for help, you are capable of doing it yourself. And then also having like the Democrats saying that you need the government, you need government handouts. Like, why is it that you need government handouts? Why don't you believe in yourself enough to attempt to do it yourself? So that's kind of the message that I see from black conservatives, and I really like that they are trying to push black people to be independent and to do it themselves. So that's something that I feel like is really important. And people, whenever they hear that, like on the liberal side, they get upset about, you know, oh, why are you saying this? We're oppressed, we're all of this. But it's like, you're oppressed, but are you trying? Are you trying to, you know, get out of the circumstance that you are in, or are you just oppressed? Are you just saying, oh, there's an invisible government that is holding me down? But have you ever tried? So people, they just want to feed into this narrative that they are oppressed and that like there's an invisible government that is holding them down, that is preventing them from, you know, reaching their full potential. But have you tried? That's the question. So with the black conservative movement, I just feel like, you know, they're just trying to showcase that you should be able to, you know, do whatever you want to do without having government handouts, because you are capable, you are good enough. And telling people that they're not good enough because and that they need government handouts, that's like, I just don't agree with that. But you know, that's something that I really like appreciate within the Blexit movement, just like feeding giving another voice to black people, giving them the opportunity to voice their opinions and not feed into this identity politics thing. I really like that. With the whole Blexit rally thing, I just really appreciate the fact that there are people that are trying to expose black people to another way of thinking, another voice, and showing them that you do not have to think the same way. And a lot of people, they think Candace Owens is a fraud and that she's not genuine and that she's secretly like a liberal. And for me, when people say that like her actions aren't genuine, I truly do not care whether or not her actions are genuine, because the idea that she's like giving this platform to people that have different opinions than from like what is normally associated with being black, I really appreciate that. There is like an open discourse now. There's like people that are open to, you know, backing up their arguments in when it comes to like conservatism. So that's what I really appreciate. I appreciate that she's opening this dialogue to being black and conservative and showing that it's okay to have a different opinion that isn't what is normally associated with being black. So even if she's not genuine, I really don't care, because, you know, as I just said, like people are now willing to talk about being black and conservative. And I just hope one day we get to this stage as black people where we don't call each other's names, such as Uncle Tom, coons, and just like disgusting names, and put each other down when we don't all have the same opinion. I just hope one day we get to like a level in which we can just have like a conversation about like having different ideas, and we don't call each other's names, because no other race does that. White people don't go around calling each other names because some of them are conservatives and some of them are liberals. But why is it as black people we are doing that to each other? It's kind of disgusting. Anyways, so, and it's also counterproductive to being pro-black. If you're pro-black, you're pro-all-black. We're all black, so you can't be pro-black and then say, turn around and call your brother an Uncle Tom. It's counterproductive to the movement of being pro-black. It all like goes back into this idea of identity politics and how as black people we're all supposed to think the same way and we're all supposed to, you know, do the same things, but we're all different. We're all different people, we all have different backgrounds, we come from different places, so we are entitled to have our opinions on things. We're entitled to have like different ideas. So that's basically what I wanted to discuss, like with the whole conservative movement. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and to also comment your ideas, your like what you think on the conservative movement. If you think it's bogus, if you think it's like bull crap, then you know I want to hear it. So yeah, I think that's about it. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.